Look, if you're like myself a couple years ago and you are currently struggling to get more clients, even though your client results are phenomenal, you're legitimately changing lives, okay? Growing businesses, healing people from addictions, helping them lose weight, gain muscle, whatever it is that you do with your service, your offer, you're getting your clients great results, doesn't matter. And yet you're still struggling to get new clients. Here's why. And I'm going to tell you in very simple, short terms. And I'm going to link in the description a video that goes deeper into this because my goal is to actually solve this for you for free, whether you get my one-on-one paid help or not. Okay. So here's why. Client results, even though they add to your credibility, they only add to your credibility for people who already trust you. Okay. And people don't trust you. So how do you break through this? Strangers, if you've just found my channel, if I told you, hey, I've helped a handful of people get to $500,000 a month in their business. I've helped 30 or 40 people get to $100,000 a month in their business, right? If I told you that this week I had a $55,000 profit 24-hour period in my business, none of that means anything to you unless you already trust me. And that's the nature of marketing, is we're getting strangers to trust us. So how do we create trust at scale without having to spend years nurturing our audience? Well, the way that you do this is by, instead of leading with you as the hero, as the figure, as the person who's going to save the day, you lead with what is called in marketing a mechanism or a way. On this channel, I talk a lot about belief engineering. And what belief engineering is it's the ability to meet somebody where they're at, get them to feel the pain of their current state, admit that it's no longer working for them, be open to new ideas, and then you slot in your way of doing things as better than their current way. Let me give you an actual example here. Whoops, that is the wrong thing. Let me pull up. That's a VSL that we are working on for our company. Let me show you this. Go to my Chrome. Okay. So here is what belief engineering actually is. Let me pull it up. Belief engineering. Belief one, we've got an old or outdated way, okay, that is no longer working. All right, we got to get them to admit it, right? This doesn't work. Like, even for me, like on this video, what am I doing? I'm saying client results aren't enough, okay? And they're not. Like, I have some of the best client results in the entire like coaches space, like by far, not even close. And that nobody's survived as long as I have. I have some of the best stuff, okay? But it doesn't work. And it wasn't working. And last year I was really freaking struggling. I was really frustrated. And that's when I came into realizing that the problem is I wasn't doing this. So belief engineering is getting prospects or an audience with pains or desires and then getting them to admit that the current way that they're doing things is not going to work anymore. This doesn't just work in my context. I'll show you clients who month 2 of thinking this way and designing their business this way got to $100,000 a month at a 70% take-home profit margin after being stuck at $20,000 a month for 2 years, okay? Belief 2 is you introduce a new, relevant, and easier way. So, hey, I've got a better way of doing things that you haven't been introduced to before. Here's why it works. And like a lawyer in front of a jury, I'm making a case as to why it's better. Okay? And then belief 3 is the format of your offer. They need to believe that what you have for sale will get them implementing the mechanism or the new way fast or at least guaranteed. If not fast, guaranteed. And then that's how you make sales. This is how we turn strangers into customers, is by moving them from a state of pain and then introducing them a better way and then showing them how the format of our thing will install that way. Okay? This is how. In my other company that I run completely adjacent to this YouTube, or non-adjacent to this YouTube channel, meaning it has nothing to do with my organic audience. I didn't use any leverage that your average person with just good marketing knowledge wouldn't know how to do. This cold ads, no audience. And I started with $500 of ad spend. I gave the business $500 budget. I got that to $200,000 in cash sales within its first few months of launching. And the reason why is because I went after a market. I'll show you in my belief engineering ladder here. This is my other offer. Okay, so you can see here, we work with Christian men who want more income. Traditional pathway is dead and being broke isn't holier. It's like traditional pathway is dead. We all agree. This is a pain. We have no certainty. You need to develop skills that make you money. This is a good skill. We're going to train you on this skill. Here's proof that our training actually works. Sale, right? And so the emotion guiding process that you want to take people through from stranger to client is this. You want to confirm their fears or frustrations or suspicions and go for the jugular. Do not hold back. Do not hold back. Talk to the things that they're feeling. You got to understand them and be able to live a day in their shoes and be able to almost feels like you're walking in their shoes at all times. And then you can speak right to it. And then you give them hope. For the first time in a while, they're feeling real hope. Like, oh my gosh, this could actually work. And excitement. And at the least, you're getting to have intrigue. Like, okay, this maybe could work for me. Right? Maybe not they're totally certain, but they're at least intrigued and excited. Okay? And so you're getting them to get out of this state of frustration or fear. And then you're giving them clarity and certainty. So a sense of certainty with the format of your thing, and then you get sales. So here's an example of a client of mine where he's at a 7x return on ads, unheard of in the space, by the way. And he had $100,000 his second month, spent $8,000, something like that. And he went from $20,000 a month to $100,000 a month in this time. Software engineers struggling to find a job. College doesn't work. This is a common complaint in this industry. Software apprenticing. This is our new way that is untold, that they've never heard of before. And he's the first to introduce it and the first to justify its legitimacy to this audience. Then he shows how his program gives them the real-world environment with a group and a course that'll help solidify their success with software apprenticing sale. Okay? And this is the process. DM ads to linking a VSL to booked call, and then on the thank you page, you can see at what stage we're doing what, right? So at the very top, college boot camps don't work. That's what our ad calls out, right? Next is software apprenticing. We introduce that in the VSL, and we justify it deeper in the thank you page. On the thank you page, we justify the format of the program, and on the actual consultation, we justify the format of the program, and then we get sales. That's obviously, that happens obviously at the consult level, okay? So I hope that this makes sense. The problem with having a lot of authority is that you get stuck in this loop of thinking that your authority is what's going to continue to make me... Look at my client results. Look at my client results. I hear a lot of coaches, they have this sentiment right now, and it's actually very frustrating for me to watch because I was there, of like, dude, I've got these amazing results. Why is nobody buying? And this is why. This is why. It's because results aren't enough. They're not enough. They need to believe that your way is better than what they've currently tried because they see your results and they're going to assume that it's with the ways that they've already tried. So if you're in a red ocean, you should be in a red ocean. That's where all the freaking money is. But you need to learn how to position yourself through better belief engineering, better messaging that gets you clients even in red oceans. Okay, so short video today, links in the description for some more resources on belief engineering, how it works. Just wanted to add value, help you out today. This is a very, very important thing that you need to understand moving into the new era of online coaching. It's like results aren't it. Results are not enough. Results, you're still asking people to believe in you as a stranger. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. If you've watched it this far and you watch belief engineering stuff, you like it, you want to work with me one-on-one as a client, links in the description. You can learn more about that. We will literally one-on-one over the span of 3, 6, 12 months, rewrite your entire messaging, rewrite your entire approach, and help you get to 6 figures a month minimum. And I only sign clients that I absolutely know that I'll get to 6 figures a month. Information in the description, bunch of client results. You can find those down there. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this is helpful. See you in the next video.